So close and yet so far. After thousands of kilometers of hard driving across Europe and North Africa, a mere few hundred kilometers isn't much of a challenge to the drivers on this convoy. But their time in Egypt has been somewhat testing. Although the Egyptian government has quite clearly offered its support to the aid mission bound for Gaza and offered it hospitality, it's also imposed an incredibly heavy police and military presence on the roads, the largest we've seen yet.
They've been quite intimidating the way they look. They've been wearing riot gear and generally speaking, they've tried having a very intimidating presence, which is completely unreasonable considering we're a charity aid.
Relations between the convoy and Egyptian authorities have been strained from the outset. The issue of 4 British convoy members who were denied entry into Egypt when the vehicles crossed the border from Libya continues to infuriate the rest of the volunteers. The Egyptian government hasn't commented on the case, and the men say they were not given any reason, but were simply pushed back across the border, where they are now being cared for by the Libyan government.
So they're on the Libyan side, which is a good thing. So then the next thing we can do is try and sort out, an interpreter and some maybe Libyan diplomat or some kind of negotiations like that, really.
There are also fears stemming from reports that Israel is placing pressure on the Egyptian government to force the convoy to travel to Gaza through Israel, rather than the planned route through Rafah. The organisers of the now joint British and Libyan aid mission have stated that this is not an option. Meanwhile, the convoy itself has become an even more impressive sight, with the addition of scores of large aid trucks provided by the Libyan authorities. Coupled with the Egyptian security presence, the vehicles now stretch as far as the eye can see. The convoy that set off from London 3 weeks ago has made it onto its final leg. The Rafah crossing is almost within sight, but there are still many factors that could delay or even obstruct it from reaching Gaza. The world is watching and waiting to see what happens next. Hassan Ghani, Press TV, Gamasa, Egypt.